Well, you made it this far, and this is probably the most important thing I'll be teaching you in your entire journey. This is risk management. Now that you've learned how to enter alerts on your phone and chart on TradingView, I'm going to show you how to add the safety net to all those skills. I'm just going to say it for what it is. Most traders lose and quit. Why is that? Poor risk management. I want to paint a picture for you, okay? Because the biggest thing that I was scared about when starting my trading journey is what everyone's scared about, losing money. You don't want to do that. I want to tell you guys a story. I watched this video on TikTok of a guy who let his dog pick his trades. He literally had a treat in one hand and a treat in the other hand. It said, are we buying or are we selling today? The dog would obviously pick the hand, and then all day he would start taking trades. The important thing to note with risk management is you could have a winning streak of under 50%. It could be in the 30s or even 40s, and you could still be profitable and make money. Even with the example of the dog, they passed funded accounts. If you skipped ahead and haven't watched my signals video, definitely take a look, because in that video I explain the importance of taking trades that have more reward and less risk. For example, how I trade, I could lose 3 or 4 times and have one winning trade that takes all of those losses out. As a trader, you are a professional risk manager. As you continue your trading journey, your win rate will obviously get better the more you practice. But the key to wealth and becoming a good trader is not just making money, it's keeping it. Whether you're a newbie who's watching these videos or you're somebody who's been in the trading space and you're just racking your head on how you can become profitable, it's probably your risk management. On that note, trading isn't for anybody, but it can be. The reason I say this is because literally anybody can master this. They're just battling their own emotions. Take me, for example. It's not like I had some 4.0 GPA in school. I barely passed. I actually did a TikTok on this, that it doesn't matter what grades you're getting in school. It just matters that you're taking the time to become disciplined and hone in on your skill. Another note that I want to take is trading is not gambling, but it can be. It really depends on the trader. True trading is calculated risk. You are literally learning a strategy. Risk management is part of that strategy. And personally, I hate when people come into the trading space and they're just being random with their trades. You are not a trader. You might as well take your money and go to the casino. For the people who take this seriously, this can be a lifelong career. This could be your key to living the life that you've always wanted to live. Don't let the people that have a poor mindset and poor expectations for what trading really is ruin the entire experience for you. Now that we got that covered, let's get into the actual numbers and calculations. Now we're going to go into risk versus reward. So in this example, this is an example of an alert. We're going to be using the famous USD CAD. And if you've been watching my past videos, you know we've already learned about pip calculations. So based on the last video, where is the guy in the blue shirt? I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to figure it out. If you guys guessed the 4th decimal place, you're correct. Why? Do you see JPY? Do you see gold? Nope. So this falls into the most category, meaning that the boy in the blue shirt is in the 4th category. Conveniently, they're all 6s. Using this, we can actually calculate our risk versus our reward. Our risk is our stop loss, while our reward is our take profits. Now we'll do some simple math to calculate how many pips we're losing versus how many pips that we would win. So because we see in our 1s place, they're all 6s, we're going to go over to the next one, which is our 10s. So our entry is 1.4156. And our stop loss is 1.4136, meaning that we are risking 20 pips. Why? Because we're just subtracting 56 by 36, which gives us 20. Now we're going to do the same for the take profits. So our first take profit is 76. And like I said, our entry is 56. So if we were to take profit 1, we would be winning 20 pips. This means that the risk to reward is 1-to-1. I'm risking the same amount and I'm winning the same amount. Obviously, there's no guarantee, and past performance never guarantees future gains, but usually take profit 1 is where the more conservative traders will be, because it usually hits more often. But if you're somebody who wants to hold out to take profit 2, we're seeing 56 to 96, meaning it's an extra 20 pips. So you're actually going to gain 40 pips. This means that the risk to reward is 1-to-2. For more aggressive traders, we're going to go down to take profit 3. As you can see, this one's 56 and this one's also 56. So now we're going to look at our hundredths placement. Now you can see that this is 156 and then the TP3 is 256, meaning that it's 100 pips that you would win if you were to take profit 3. This reward is 1-to-5. To give you an example of what I meant in the beginning, how I could lose 3 to 4 trades and one trade would take that all out. If I was trading this model, I could lose 5 trades and this one trade would take out all of my losses and put me back to break even. This is why it's extremely important when you're taking alerts to look at the risk versus reward and decide what you are okay with. Just a little note, when I was new to the trading scene, I didn't just take alerts blindly. I actually threw up TradingView and I took a look at what the traders were looking at, so I was able to see if that's something that I was willing to risk. You're going to be exposed to a lot of alerts channels in your journey. Now that you understand how to calculate pips, you can apply this logic to literally any alert that you see. This will put you ahead of 80% of traders because most traders aren't even doing this. If you've ever heard of the term NPCs, there's a version of that exists in the trading space, and they're called signal bots. These are people that only take alerts blindly, and they have literally no logic behind them. This is a very dangerous way to trade because you're entirely relying on another trader for your success. But if you're applying risk management this way, you can make sure that the alerts are worth your while. Now we're going to talk about lot size. Same way that we looked at the ones, tens, and hundreds when we were calculating pips, you can apply this same principle to the lot size. The lot size is the number that represents how much money you're going to make per pip that you catch. The first example is 0.01. This is literally the smallest lot size that you can get. And this equals 10 cents per pip. For example, if you did 10 times this lot, it would be $1 per pip. Your lot size would be 0.1. If you look at 0.3, this equals $3 per pip. So we scaled up from the first example. If we scale even higher at 1.0, you're getting $10 per pip. 1.0 is what we call one standard lot. If you're in my community, we actually have a sheet that shows you what your lot size is based on your account. But a general formula you could use is your lot size equals your account size over 10,000. So for example, if you have a $500 account, your lot size would be 0.05. This is just a rough estimate because it obviously depends on your stop loss per trade, but this is just a general idea. Now let's just say for this trade, our lot size was 0.05. We know that that equals 50 cents per pip. So what would we lose in dollars for our stop loss? So if we take a look at our stop loss, that's 20 pips. So if we take our 20 pips times 50 cents or $0.5 per pip, you would actually be risking $10. And that's with an account size of 500. Using that math, I don't even have to use the math for the first take profit. It's going to be the exact same amount. So you'll be risking $10 in order to get $10. For TP2, since I know that it's double the stop loss, I know that instead of 10, it's going to be 20. Obviously, taking a trade like that is a little bit more worth it because I'm sure you would be willing to risk $10 in order to get 20. And if not, that's totally fine. Also using that math, we know that our third take profit is 5 times our risk, meaning that we'd be risking $10 in order to get $50. That seems a lot more worth it. This is how you can have a negative win rate and still be profitable. For example, using this math, if I lost 3 trades in a row at $10 each, I would have lost $30. But on the fourth trade, let's just say it was a win and I would have won $50, I would still be in profit $20. It's important too, when you're doing your trading journey, to also zoom out a little bit because you could be having a losing day, a losing week, even a losing couple weeks and still be profitable at the end of the month. Again, this reinforces why you shouldn't be emotional with trading. If we take this one step farther, like I mentioned, this starting account was $500. So I can do the math and see how much I'm risking for my account. I'm risking $10 out of a $500 account. If I divide 10 by 500, I would get 0.02, also equaling 2%. This is an extremely good place to be in because realistically, to be safe, you want to be risking anywhere from 2 to 3% per trade. Because as an example, if you won this trade at TP3, you would have gained 10% to your account. Imagine making 10% on one trade. That just about wraps it up for risk to reward. If you apply these steps to every trade that you take, you will be way more profitable. Now that we got the risk management down, we're going to do a deep dive into mindset and expectations.